What's up, everybody? This is Stang 1981. Got a video for you guys today. So I last left off with you guys with a couple things about watches. Um, so kept my promise. I got another watch for you guys today. This one's going to be coming out of chucknwatches from eBay. And he says he's got something special in the bag. So it's coming in a mailer like this. It's got the bubble wrap. So the last one was the 89 8928 OB, which was the gold, which is this one right here. I'm wearing it actually right now. And that's in the last video. There was some things I've been looking at, and if you can't get this, the Seiko, the other one that's really good to try to get your hands on, if you can get it, is the automatic SW 200. That would be the Swiss movement. That's the Stiletto. I think it's Stiletto. I think it's still, yeah. It's the Swiss movement. Essentially the same watch, essentially the same style movement as the NH35A, but like I said, the only difference between that is a couple of things. Well, it's similar to the Seiko NH35A, but the SW200 is sought after because in 2023 there was a bad storm that led to a tornado over in Switzerland, and it ripped, a tornado had ripped through the area during, I guess it was summer holiday there at that time, and it was during the summertime over in Switzerland, and it had ripped their roof off, and it caused a lot of damage, and some of their movements and some of their watch production had taken a major price point hit. And I don't know after that if Invicta still was in production with and collaborated with the Swiss movement at that. I think it's still at that point, but there was a point where I think it dropped out, and they just went or chose to go with the NH35A Seiko movement. Very similar in the two, but how it works here is there's a few people on YouTube that said it Invicta did not collaborate or do a collaborative with Seiko. That is right. What it is Invicta has went through a go-between company that allows the ability to get those kind of movements that they're wanting, in this case NH35A and the SW200. Well, the SW200 was not a collaborative, it was an actual way of getting that movement through I think it was TMI. It's on the right corner of the rotor. So if you see, I think it's TMI. If you see TMI, that's the brand, like go-between company that gets them, or just gets a hold of those movements, and they distribute. It's a distributor that distributes out those movements to certain companies. And for a while there, Invicta was getting the movement of the SW200. Well, now it's sought after, and I don't think they make them as much anymore, and they're getting harder and harder to get. So that's a little bit of a follow-up to that, if you guys are following those kind of watches or those kind of things. Okay, so this guy here, chucknwatches, I think it's Charles Bailey? Yeah, Charles Bailey. So chucknwatches, he puts this on here, and it's the reference, so it's 30098 blue auto. So comes in the same old style box as my last one. So a 30098 is very similar to what I just have on my wrist right now. This is a blue auto. Taking the sleeve off, graced with this, and we are graced with a box And going to slide this open, see what's in here. He says there's something in here as a an extra. I don't know. Let's see. So here is the kind of similar, but what the difference would be, it's another silver rotor. Oh, okay. Got a few extra things. Okay. Got a few extra little things in here. On the underside of it, I got, it looks like a keychain maybe? I don't know what it is. It has Invicta on it. I want to say it might be either a jeweler's loop or a keychain of some kind. I don't know. But chucknwatches, thanks again. It's pretty cool. Said he had something in there. So a quick rundown of what I got here. Okay, this guy is wishing me good luck. So he left me a little card on here with his logo, and it says, he leaves me a passage. It says, "May this watch bring you good luck." It says Z. It's my dad. I have it under my dad's name. The account, it's Barry052. That's my handle on eBay. But it's Stay 1981 out of YouTube. So if you guys don't know it, my name's Zach. So cool. Appreciate it. It's much appreciated. This is basically what this is going to be here is a navigator, and what we're dealing with here is basically just a nav watch, which is very, 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 very similar to what's on my wrist right now, but it has the Jubilee Rolo or Rolex style bracelet. I'm trying to get all this little stuff off of here. And it's supposed to be rose. I guess it's supposed to be like a rose gold or. Okay, so he never really did anything much with this. It's got the tab up top, which my other one didn't come with because I think it was partially opened on my last one, but this one here, I don't know if it comes modified like that or what with the bracelet, but this bracelet here's with no wrapper on the other side, but you can kind of see it has a very Jubilee Rolo style. See how this fits when I put it on the old wristy here. It's very thin compared to what I have right now. I just kind of like shaken the watch a little bit, and just from shaking it, managed to start it. So it's already starting on its own. See if you guys can. Oh, it's upside down, sorry. And you kind of can see the second hand kind of zipping along a little bit there. It's pretty cool. It's skipping a little bit, so it's underpowered a little bit. It needs to be wound. Up a little bit. This is coming in with probably the NH35A. Initial thought so far is I'll have to de-wrapper this, but you're gonna get the idea. It's basically, here's the A928 OB, and you got the one similar to it. Here, I'll take it off so you can kind of see it a little better. They're virtually The bracelet is going to be different between these two because one's very thin and one's kind of thick. This one here is thick, and this one here is thinner. With that, like I said, that jubilee, and it's considered rose gold on the bracelet, and rose gold accents on the coin edge, or what they call the bezel edge. Some people call it the bezel coin edge, and this is a gold finish on this one right here. So 8928 OB, and this is a 300. Don't want to tell you guys wrong. 398. So 30098. 8928 OB is this one. This is the nav, and this is both original bezels. So the way original bezels just means it's the way it was designed from Invicta when designed. So there was nothing out of originality of it. So these newer ones that I've seen now have like a notched ever so often like scalp or like little concave little dip in the bezel. That's not the OB. The OB is going to be the coin edge. So they must have a newer style for the bezel. So here's the back rotor of the nav. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to have to open it up so you guys can see a little better. Pretty standard. I mean, I just liked the bracelet is why I got it. And you can kind of make it out there. You can see it a little bit better. There you go. See? Silver rotor. NH35A Seiko for sure. And that's really all there is with it. Polished, machined buckle. And like I said, and then everything else on it's basically just rose gold accented. So coin edge, if you guys are not aware, coin edge is like the little spiky corners like you would have on the bezel. Rose gold accents all around, including rose gold inside the Invicta logo. I just like the bracelet of this, and I know it would not look right on the 8928 because it's natural brighter gold finish. So if you see these two, you see how bright that's coming in and how metallic-y shiny yellow it is. Now you bring this into it, you see how it's got more of like a copper, and that's basically what it pretty much is like a copper, like a, it's not really a brass, but it's like between a brass and a copper finish. They call it rose gold. So I hope you guys liked it. That's pretty much the unboxing for this one. It's like I said, this is in the wrapper, so I don't really know what he sent me, but I think this is a jeweler's loop or some kind of keychain. I really don't know. Huh. Doesn't really. I have to keep you guys posted on what this is. I just know it has something from Invicta on it. But chucknwatches, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Let me see if there's anything else you might have. Any surprises in here? He did. Very well packaged. So again, this is now my next one to take a peek at, and it's the Navigator. Like I said, very similar to the other that I have right now. The 8928 OB is a 40 millimeter, and this one happens to be a 42 or 43, I think, millimeter watch. It's a little bit thinner, I think. Let's take a look at these two again, but you kind of can see both. I don't know. It almost looks like the facing on this is a little bit bigger. You can just see like the face is a little bigger by a hair. Very similar. Really, really cool. I hope you guys liked it. And I look forward to guys on the next one. And yeah, it's different. I have another one coming in very soon. I'm not making like a complete collection of these. I like a couple of the divers, but it's cool, and kind of going from there with it. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again real soon on the next one. Any comments or questions you have, feel free. Like I said, nothing fancy. Everybody's kind of knows what these are, so yeah, it's something different, I guess. Getting into a couple of watches here and there, and like I said, I don't have to worry about putting a battery in it or anything. I just got to keep it wound once in a while. I might pick up a winder down the road just so I can throw them in a little box winder or a furniture winder, a furniture box that has a couple winder carousels in it, and keep them wound once in a while. But other than that, works. Like I said, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care. See you.